of Islam, and that Islam is the religion of easiness, and Islam always calls for simplicity. And that was the concept, because we were talking about the main and the real message of Islam. You know, when we talk about Islam as the seal of the religions, means the last religion that Allah had sent to the humanity. And for that religion to be qualified for being universal, that has to have certain requirements. And for Muslims, they should understand this concept, the requirements for any religion to be universal. How many people have claimed religions? You know, lots of people, they claimed religions, and sometimes you have a person, he comes to the TV shows and I am a new prophet, I am the Mahdi, I am, you know, I am the Jesus that everyone is waiting for, and those stuff. And because it's batil, you know, batil, the falsehood, because it's not the truth, it does not continue. And the reason for that, and especially when we talk about Islam, Islam came with the universal message, that the message which has the values of the human beings, how they develop, and also it has the Sharia, which is part of building the new societies, building the communities in such tolerance and solidarity. And the main point here, when we talk about Islam as the religion of ease, that even the Sharia, as we explained, Salah, Siyam, Zakah, Hajj, Umrah, you know, these things, even we call it the fara'id, the pillars. If the pillars, you know, after what I told you today in the Jummah, how many of the pillars left? Well, mainly one, which is Salah. That's it. Because are you required, if you're born as a Muslim, to say Shahada? Are you required to say Shahada if you're born as a Muslim? No. You say it embedded in the Salah, okay? It's part of your rituals, okay? I mean, what left the four? So Siyam for some people, especially for the elders, for example, they are not required to fast if they felt like sickness or weakness comes from Siyam, and they can pay as a compensation for that instead of fasting. And Zakah, a man, Brother Jordan came and after Jummah said, Imam, you spoke about Zakah. So how much do I need to pay Zakah for? You know, we said it is approximately like 85, what is equivalent to 85 grams of gold. And Brother Ismail calculated, the man of gold and diamond. So it reached to 5,000, okay? So if you have in your savings, okay, and it remained for 1 year, then you pay 2.5%. So he laughed and smiled. He said, that means I will not pay, I will never pay. I said, Allah knows the risk, you don't know. But maybe you have a person who stays his entire life. And when you put the statistics for the Muslim countries in large, so you could ask yourself, how many of them are qualified or eligible for paying zakah? How many as a percentage? You know, maybe you find it like 30, 40%. What about the 60%? They are not required to pay zakah, you know? And if you cannot afford Hajj, because the farida, the fard is Hajj, not Umrah. Umrah is Sunnah. So if you cannot afford the Hajj too, so now maybe you are like exempt from Siyam, from Hajj, from Zakah, only Salah. And if a woman during the ministerial period, she is not required to pray Salah or to have Salah, or even to make it up. For Siyam, she needs to make that up. But for Salah, because that will be tough. And even if she stayed 40 days after delivering the baby, you know what we call it nifas in Islam, So she is not required to make the salah that she missed. Subhanallah, that's the greatness of Islam. If you are a traveler, like the distance over like 80 kilometers, I don't know how much per miles, but
48 miles, 48 miles.
like 48. Okay, so if inshallah we will take you as a fatwa, inshallah. Okay, so
Is this for a salah just if you feel like you are a guest?
no. Even if you wanted to use that license, that permission, even if you are not tired, for example, listen, we have a rule in Islam. It's called كما تأخذ بالعزيمة تأخذ بالرخصة. Means what? As we ask you to do your best in salah, we also give you the credit if you have it. If you are a traveler, for example, and you do not feel that sickness, that tiredness, but at the same time, you want to break your fast, you want to shorten your salah, can you? Yes. It's not conditional with feeling sick, feeling weak, or feeling tired. No, as long as the requirements, as long as the conditions were fulfilled, then go ahead and do it if you want. If you did not, that's another story. And sometimes you might have a person who is feeling sick and tired in Ramadan, or he's on diabetes, or have a physical issue, and the doctor, an honest doctor, told him not to fast. Then he insists on, what? I will not. And he thinks like, I am sacrificing for Allah. Even Allah did not ask you for that. Allah did not, inshallah, next week, we will talk about you remember the 5 necessities? Protecting you, the life. That's one of the main things in Islam. Allah said, وَمَنْ أَحْيَاهَا فَكَأَنَّمَا أَحْيَا النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. Whoever saved one's life, it will be equal as if he saved the humanity. That's the reality. So Islam made it easy. We do not want to make it tough for ourselves. That's the rest of the hadith. Because you might say, Inna ad-dina yusr. Islam is the religion of easiness. But the other part of the hadith is the most important thing. This is what I kept for the Friday night lecture. وَلَن يُشَادَّ الدِّينَ أَحَدٌ إِلَّا غَلَبَ. If somebody wanted to make that religion tough, difficult, strict for people, Allah will make that religion overpower him, defeat him. What does it mean? What does it mean? You know how many claims that we got from non-Muslims about Islam, that it's Islam of the religion, it's harsh religion, it's not peaceful religion, and you know that these allegations, that those claims that Islam spread by sword, you know that? So you might have a liberal person talking and, Islam is spread on with sword. And he has his own neighbor, the American, and who is Muslim. He never saw a sword in his life. And no one had forced him. And that tells you why Islam has spread in areas, in countries, just by dealing with one another. Look at Indonesia, look at Malaysia, look at India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Look at here in the United States, how many Muslims daily, or how many Americans daily are entering into Islam. So we have like as imams in America, the WhatsApp group, which has mostly all the imams in America. So I'm a group of that group. I'm a member of that group, and I can tell you, they are posting the imams from everywhere, Texas, Pennsylvania, and mashallah, you can never miss a day without having somebody had accepted Islam. And sometimes, especially Jumu'ah, you might have 3, 4. MashaAllah. Ramadan, tens of videos, of people are accepting Islam, entering Islam. And I remember the verse, وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. They are entering Islam into groups. Why? Because simply Islam makes sense. Islam is the religion of the common sense. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it easy for people. Yes, we acknowledge and we condemn that we have some people, they claim themselves as like being sheikhs or something. They took Islam as one way, one opinion, and they just try to apply what is in their minds and sometimes their agenda to force a version of Islam which is not in reality. And that's the case. So how many times you have met people are so harsh in their da'wah, are so harsh even with, if you have a diversity or bunch of opinions. So an opinion said, you know what, it's jaiz, means permissible. Another one said makruh. So he goes with what? With the makruh. And he take it as the main fatwa, makruh. It's not preferable. So he gave you that one and thinking that, that's how to keep people steadfast on Iman. No, that's not. That's the way that you convey the message. It has to be the way of Rasulullah. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They stoned him, or they throw the stones over his body, and the body was bleeding. They said, Ya Rasulullah, make dua against them, make dua against them. So he raised his hands. You know what? Some of the companions, when Rasulullah raised his hands, started to stare at the sky, looking where the punishment will come from and how that punishment will be. So they found Rasulullah making dua, Allahumma hdi qawmi fa innahum la ya'lamun. Oh Allah, guide my people. They know nothing about you. That's Rasulullah. That's Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sayyiduna Ibrahim, we mentioned his story 2 days ago, when his dad kicked him out the house. So what did he say? Salamun alayk, peace be upon you. The people of Deen, they are not fighters. That's the most important thing. And when you leave that track to move to the other one, to start fight and take revenge and seek revenge and and respond the word with another word, and at that time when you lose that focus, be aware that you lost your career, means your message, the mission. You are out of that mission. And the more people that they come against you, you should be what? Rahim. You should be kind. You should show the mercy of Islam. Because Islam came not only for certain group of people. And you know what? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Wallahi la yutimmanna Allahu hadha al-amr. The early days of da'wah, the people of Quraysh, they persecuted them, they punished them, they give them all the types of torture. And you know what? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in the midst of the hardship, the people came to him and said, Ya Rasulullah, ala tastansir lana? Are you not going to make a dua for us that Allah will give us a victory? Ya Rasulullah, make dua for us. They are killing some of us. They are lashing us. So we wanted dua, we wanted your support, we wanted something. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told them, Wallahi, la yutimmanna Allahu hadha al-amr. Allah will make that religion dominant. حتى يسير الراكب من صنعاء إلى حضرموت. The rider will travel from Sana'a to Hadramaut. لا يخشى إلا الله. He will not fear anyone except Allah. وَالذِّئْبَ عَلَى غَنَمِهِ. And the wolf, the wolf over his, the sheep, he will not fear anything except Allah and that wolf to eat the sheep. Means what? He will have the freedom of religion. He will practice his religion and nobody will disturb him. And how he concluded, he said, وَلَكِنَّكُمْ قَوْمٌ تَسْتَعْجِلُونَ. But you are a people in rush. You want everything quickly. That's the case. So Islam itself as rules, look at when we talk today about the concept of tawbah, you would never find it at anywhere. That when you commit sins, even the major sins, major or minor sins, just raise your hand, go back to Allah, and Allah will forgive. We said not only forgive, He will do what? He will turn it to good deeds, the rewards in your records. Subhanallah. That's why I told you before, Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab, when he entered Islam, the first day of Islam, first day, he said to the companions, you know what? I am the most one of you has good deeds. They said, how come? You just entered Islam. He said, because before Islam, I was the worst. And now when I entered Islam, Allah turned it to good deeds. So I jumped, over everyone else. Subhanallah, that's the case. When you think about, and again, look at the equality in Islam. You might think, you know what? Because this Imam is from Egypt, he talks Arabic, and you know what? He born as a Muslim. I am a revert Muslim. I don't like anyone to introduce somebody by saying a revert Muslim. I don't like that way. Or even converted. Like I see it is, when you introduce him for the first time to say Shahada, that's okay. But after spending 10 years in Islam, don't every time, introduce him as a revert, as a convert Muslim. No, he's just a Muslim. Just a Muslim without any flavor. He is not only like me and you, he might be better than me and you. Yeah. And I always ask the newcomers to Islam, to make dua for me, because they have no sin. They have the clean sheet. So in the sight of Allah, they are better than me. So don't say, because I speak Arabic, I born as Muslim, I lived in an Islamic country, I memorized, so I am in a better place. No, in Islam, it's not a matter of time, how many years that you are Muslim. Maybe one day in Islam, better than 50 years in Islam. One day. You remember Sa'd ibn Mu'adh?
Magicians with crowns.
Yeah. Yes, the magicians of Fir'aun, when they accepted the message of Musa alayhi salam, they just had like couple minutes in Islam, but they showed the sincerity. Allah let them enter Jannah, and they did what most of Muslims cannot make nowadays. That's the case. They defended their aqidah. They stood up against the tyrant ruler, Fir'aun. And subhanallah, they didn't fear anyone except Allah. That's the case. And I was telling you about Sa'd ibn Mu'adh. Who is Sa'd ibn Mu'adh? The man who spent in Islam only 6 years. And then when he died, the throne of Allah had shaken. The throne of Allah had shaken because of his death. Means it's a great thing happened here. Only 6 years. So, and this is Islam. You have Ali ibn Abi Talib, the cousin of Rasulullah. Just I will tell you the names. Ali ibn Abi Talib, the cousin of Rasulullah. You have also whom? Sayyidina Abu Bakr, the close friend to Rasulullah. And then you have Al-Abbas, the uncle of Rasulullah. And you have Hamza, not brother Hamza. Hamza, the uncle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are at the same line in the masjid. So who is the person that Rasulullah will choose him to make adhan? Bilal. Bilal is not Qurashi, is not Hashimi, is not from those people who accepted Islam at the early days. Yes, he came, we consider him in the early days, but he is not like Abu Bakr, for example. He's not like Ali ibn Abi Talib, for example. But subhanallah, we could say he could hire one of his relatives to take the honor, a Qurashi from Mecca, one of the relatives of Rasulullah or the household of Rasulullah. No. He saw the qualifications is to have the good voice and know how to make it. Go ahead. This is Bilal. Suhaib bin al-Rumi, the one who was close friend to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah told him, "Rabih al-bay'u Aba Yahya." You have the best business transaction with Allah. Salman al-Farisi, who gave the consultation to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to dig the trench. And subhanallah, that's Salman, and he was from Faris, Persia. Subhanallah, this is Islam. So you have in one collection Habashi from Abyssinia, and Qurashi from Quraysh, then Rumi from the Rome, then you have Farisi from Persia. This is Islam. And subhanallah, no one was telling those people, are you Farsi? Are you Hindi? Are you Arabi? That wasn't. And listen, when that enters to the community, that is one of the diseases that will split any community. To try to call us by the races, by the race, by the nationality, that will split any ummah, not even a small community. You know the Sayyidina Abu Dharr, when he talked with Sayyidina Bilal, and he said, Yabna Sawda, you are the son of the black mother. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam got angry, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he said, Innaka mru'un fika jahiliyyah. You still have the ignorance before Islam. So how many Muslims nowadays in 2022, they still have jahiliyyah? We have lots of Muslims still today. They have jahiliyyah. Subhanallah, they want to take it out. So Islam came with the rules to govern the whole world, to be the dominant. That's why it's spreading. It's spreading not like anything else. Subhanallah. That's the greatness of Islam. When you see, I told you even before, for the things that Allah made it haram, that's not for the reason to do things haram. Like if I told Brother Muhammad Ali, for example, and he is the man, inshallah, expert in the types of food and drink, inshallah, of that. Okay, so if we said how many types of drink exist nowadays, juice and water and how many things, we could say, can you give me number? How many types of drinks?
More than 20, 25.
25 types? I think more. Yeah, I think more. Like
Sodas you have on
yes, just sodas, That shows. Okay, so if Islam said you have 100 items halal, and just be away from the alcohol. That's not difficult. That's not difficult. If Islam said, eat everything, but stay away from pork. That's it. Have all the business transactions done. Halal. Bay', selling, buying, lending, borrowing, having lien, for example, all the transactions is halal to save money, to open businesses. So that is halal, but stay away from usury. That's it. So in Islam, but just the shaitan tries to take our eyes and our attention to what is haram only. And shaitan tried to whisper to us that, you know what, all the entertainment in the haram. Did you get the message of the game that the shaitan did with our father Adam? Do you know Iblis? When Iblis, what was his trick? To tell Adam, you have all the types of entertainment in Jannah, except one tree. Subhanallah, that's the test. Exactly, all types of drink is halal, except alcohol. So the shaitan and Iblis came to him and told him, pay attention just to this. What about the rest of Jannah? No, don't look at those. Just focus on that tree. Then he started to give the tree names. It was just a tree. It has nothing. It was just for test. But he started to give him names to convey him, to convince him to eat from it. So what did he call it? What's the name that he gave it to the tree? Yes, this is the tree for the eternal life. So he will be deceived. He will be tracked. As the same, when they tell you, you know what, it's a spiritual drink. Yeah, you will be high. You will reach to another level in the sky with the advertisements. And alhamdulillah, I'm not doing advertisements for those. But you know what? That's the same way. That's the same way. The shaitan wanted to play with you and to convince you as he did with your father Adam. So don't listen to him. And Islam made it very clear, very simple. The halal is clear, haram is clear, and live your life, entertain, play with your kids, go out, go for a picnic, enjoy your life, have the good car, have the best house, have the luxury life, okay? But at the same time, do your duties towards Allah. That's it. Full stop. Make it easy. And the more that you make it easy, the more that people love Islam. That's the case. And if you made it so strict compared to the entertainment and the haram, you know what? The followers of shaitan made the haram easy. And the followers of Rasulullah Muhammad made the halal difficult. Take it as my statement. And that's a reality. So most of people now left the halal and they went for the haram. If you wanted someone to sell something haram, he puts in the advertisement a lady next to it. He's selling car. They give you lady next to the car. Why? What's the relationship? Yeah, and half naked and to tease you. That's the case. So I just wanted you to absorb that point, that if you wanted people to love Islam, show the real message of Islam. Rahmah, mercy, salam, peace, mahabba, love. Mahabbat? So mahabba, love. So that good dealing with one another, loving one. Islam, wallahi, I challenge you that you find this anywhere else. Islam did not only tell you to take care of your family members. That's something understandable. about your wife, your children, your father, your mother, your relatives. But Islam told you, someone said mahabbat, mashallah, love, Allahu Akbar. Yes, you started to learn Urdu, brother Fazl. That's his mother tongue. Yes, alhamdulillah. Imam is trying to learn, you know. So here's the case. Islam encouraged us to take care of our neighbors. And Islam said, if you for one night, you slept fully, full means you are not hungry, eating to full. You are good, have food, and your neighbor is hungry next to you, you will not represent Islam at that time. You are not one of the followers of Rasulullah Muhammad. And even the hadith did not say if he is a Muslim or a non-Muslim. A neighbor, just a neighbor. That's Islam. So if you cooked something and you knock the door of your neighbor, you know, he's Michael, give him your cake. Give him. Rasulullah ﷺ went to the details. And he said, إِذَا طَبَخْتَ مَرَقَةً. I don't know if Malik will translate that for me. إِذَا طَبَخْتَ مَرَقَةً. When you cook something, like when you know when you have meat or chicken, and then you have the soup. So he said, even if you do not have enough meat to give to your neighbors, give them some soup. That's it. He said, Rasulullah ﷺ went to the details. He said, فَأَكْثِرْ مِنْ مَائِهَا. Put some water over it. If it wasn't enough to give you the name, even put some water to be enough so you can share it with them. Allahu Akbar. Rasulullah giving us the details. Even to add some water, imagine your neighbor next to you smelling, mashallah, you are doing meat and you are having steaks and subhanallah. So he thinks he might have nothing. And when you give it to him, you are approaching him in such a way that you are caring of him. Then he will wonder which religion that man follows. Then he realizes that Islam came to discipline us. That's the case. So may Allah guide us for that teachings. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullah khairan for bearing with me till we finish that lecture. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. I have Dr. Yusuf today was saying, Imam, you need to reduce the time. So do you think I reduced the time or no? I exceeded the limit. Dr. Zaki is not here. Yeah, my keeper, my guardian. No, you have already the authority. You are the boss here. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of us. Allahumma ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullah khairan, brother Fazl. He says, keep going, please. Now you have a lot of people here. They will beat me up. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive all of us. Allahumma ameen. Jazakumullah khairan. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.